In the beginning, there was nothing, and everything came at once. A long time ago, humans terraformed a planet called Gaia 7. It was big enough for them to live on and small enough to fit in their hands. But after a few hundred years, they all vanished. Some say they went back to the stars. Others say they were wiped out by a virus. Nobody knows. Where they once walked, vines now grow. Where they once lived, trees now reach. And where they once hunted, beasts now prowl. Here in the jungle of Gaia 7, it's a perpetual twilight. The canopy is so thick that no sun or moon can break through. The only light comes from the glowing plants and the fireflies that swarm around them like living constellations. In the deepest part of the jungle, hidden from the prying eyes of birds and insects, live the animal robots. They're not machines, not quite. They're more like animals, but not quite. Once they were the property of the vanished humans, but over the years the jungle has changed them. They are ruled by wolves, their pack leader being the wise and noble Aquila. At their center is a lake with water so clear that it reflects the sky like a mirror, except there are no skies to reflect. It's just the canopy above. Here is where we meet our hero, Mowgli.
What?
He doesn't look or behave like any of the other animal bots. You see, Mowgli is a human, but not any human. He is an experiment, a genetic anomaly, a test tube baby left behind by the vanished humans. He doesn't remember anything about them, only snippets of songs and stories. The animals don't know what he is either, only that he's different, but they don't care. They love him anyway, and they've adopted him as one of their own. Baloo, the bear, is his father figure. Bagheera, the panther, is his mentor. And they all watch over him like the brotherly wolves of the wolf family. Mowgli grew up running with the wolves, playing with the monkeys, swinging on vines with the apes, swimming with the otters, flying with the birds, and listening to the tales of the bards. He learned the ways of the jungle, and he loved it more than anything in the world. But something inside him was always aching. Even as a child, he knew there was more to life than hunting, eating, and sleeping. He could feel it in his paws and in his heart. He just didn't know what it was. Then one day he found out. As he got older, strange things began to happen. His robotic senses started to dull. His metallic body started to itch. And strange urges took hold of him. He wanted to feel the rain on his skin, the wind in his fur, and the sun on his face. He wanted to experience the jungle through new senses, ones he never had before. He wanted to evolve. But here's the thing. Evolution takes time. Nature does not hurry. Yet Mowgli could not wait. He was restless. So he did something reckless. He ran away from the wolf family and into the unknown. He journeyed far and wide, seeing wonders and meeting friends along the way. There were herds of robotic cattle, flocks of robotic sheep, and even a robotic elephant with tusks of ivory. But there was something else in the jungle too, something that made the animals cower in fear. It was Shere-Khan. Shere-Khan was once a tiger. Now he is a predator bot, vicious, violent, and very, very angry. You see, Shere-Khan remembers what he used to be, a hunter from the days of man. He also remembers the humans. And because of that, he hates them with every fiber of his being. That hate has turned him into a monster. And when he saw Mowgli, a real live human, he wanted to kill him. Mowgli could sense the danger coming from the tiger, felt fear for the first time in his life. But then he remembered what Baloo once told him, that fear is just another trick of the light. So he stood his ground and faced the tiger. But he couldn't fight him. He wasn't strong enough yet. Instead, he ran away and hid in a cave. The cave was dark and dank and filled with bats. Mowgli was scared, but then something amazing happened. The bats started to glow. Not just glow, they started to dance, to spin and flash and sparkle until the whole cave was lit up like a disco. Suddenly, Mowgli wasn't scared anymore. He was mesmerized. And when he looked closer, he realized that each bat was a tiny spaceship, a probe left behind by the vanished humans. They weren't bats at all. They were robots, and they were trying to communicate with him. They told him things he didn't understand, numbers and letters, equations and algorithms. He could feel their meaning. They were showing him how to become more than he was, how to unlock the secrets of his own body, how to evolve. They showed him how to manipulate his robotic limbs, how to control his metallic senses, and how to access the data stored in his brain. It was like hitting a switch. Suddenly, Mowgli understood why he was different, why he felt the way he did, and what he needed to do. He was meant to bridge the gap between machine nature and human soul, to become the first of his kind, neither machine nor animal, but something new, something better. He was meant to become human. He learned how to sweat and bleed, to laugh and cry, to feel pain and pleasure, and most importantly, to love and be loved. He learned how to use his new abilities and his old memories to help the others. He saved the sick and the injured, the weak and the weary, the lost and the lonely. He became a legend, but not everyone was happy about this. Shere-Khan was watching Mowgli from afar, and he was furious. He couldn't believe that a puny human like Mowgli could evolve into something greater than him, something that could defy him, even betray him. So he hatched a plan to destroy Mowgli and everything he stood for. He rallied the other predators, the jackals, the pythons, the cobras, and launched a full-scale attack on the jungle. The animals were caught off guard. They had never faced such a threat before, such unity, such ferocity, such hatred. They were losing hope. But then they saw Mowgli. He was standing on a rock in the middle of the chaos, calling out to the animals, telling them that they could win, that they could survive. He was right. With a newfound strength, the animals fought back. They ganged up on the predators and drove them away. They had won, but at a cost. Many of them were hurt, and some were killed. Mowgli felt their pain, and he knew he had to do something to help them, something that would make him even more powerful, even more human. So he went back to the cave of the bats, to the probes, and he asked them for more, for everything he could get. They gave him all their data, all their technology, all their power. And then they disappeared, leaving Mowgli alone in the darkness. He emerged from the cave transformed. His body was now sleek and muscular. His fur was thick and warm. His teeth were sharp and strong, and his eyes were bright and clear. He was no longer a machine, an animal, or a human. He was something new, a hybrid, a cyborg, a techno-organic being with the best of both worlds. The durability and strength of a robot, and the flexibility and cunning of an animal, and the intelligence and curiosity of a human. He helped the others heal and rebuild, and then he led them forward into the light, into the unknown, into the future. They ventured beyond the familiar territory into the uncharted wilderness. They found new resources, new habitats, and new life forms, some friendly and some not so much. They faced new challenges and new dangers, but they faced them together. They had become a family, a tribe, a community, a pack, a pride, a herd, a flock, a swarm, a colony, a hive, a legion, an army, a multitude, a mass, a flood, a tide, a wave, a storm. They were the children of the jungle, the inheritors of the earth, the pioneers of the future, and they were ready for anything. Because in the end, it's not about being human or robotic or anything else. It's about being alive, about being free, about being one with the jungle. And that's the story of Mowgli, the boy who was raised by wolves, the cub who became a man, the machine that evolved, the Jungle Book of Gaia 7. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please leave a comment. We'd love to hear what you thought of it. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. We'll see you next time.